Good morning, everybody. I get the opportunity to tell you a little bit about your heartfelt message and how to find it. I want to start out by telling you a story. In probably the fall of 2018, I met this gentleman from Germany, and we were at another speaking engagement, and he spoke on stage, and later a group of us went to lunch and we talked. Well, later on, I had the opportunity to be put into an accountability group with him where I got to know him a little bit better. Out of that, he made an offering to do some mastermind groups with people from all over the world. And it turned out that because of the time zone difference, it was just me and him. So for 6 weeks, we met and just talked about what is our why and how can we impact the world. A couple of sessions into that, he was telling me that he had this big dream. And this big dream was to be on stage at one of the biggest arenas in Germany, and he wanted to bring other people to the stage. And his story was, don't stop believing. He had already rented this arena years before the event, and he was putting it together. So in listening to his passion and just how heartfelt it was, me and my husband created for him this little wooden back tag because he was traveling all over Europe, sharing his message and inviting people to be at this arena. So I took a picture of it when we completed it, and I put the details about the event, but I added two words to it: sold out. When he saw that picture of that tag, he said, I have posters and stuff all over my office about this event, but I never thought about putting the words sold out. In a moment, it touched his heart and overwhelmed him. Just 2 simple words. And those words in his message, it just showed how deep sold out meant that he was going to touch the lives of all those people that were going to be in that arena that day. And that he was going to get to share his heartfelt message. So on that day, on that evening, when we were sitting there masterminding, Your Heartfelt Message was born. So one of my passions is to take people's heartfelt messages and put them in some kind of physical form for them, whether it's a piece of jewelry, whether it's a tag, whether it's repurposing something from a loved one. That's what I do. But I want to then again take you back to the end of the story. So the date for Norman Graters' event is March 24th, 2020. And unfortunately, like many other events, his event got canceled. And many of the Facebook posts that I saw were in German, so I don't speak German, so I wasn't able to read them. But out of it, I understood that he wasn't going to stop believing, that he was going to take this and turn it into something virtual, and that all the people that were going to share from stage were going to share from a virtual stage, and they were going to share their heartfelt message. So today, more than anything, I believe each and every one of us have a heartfelt message, that we have something to share with others, that we can touch other people's lives. And one of my favorite sayings that I have posted on the wall at my house is the secret to having it all is to realize that you already have it all. To take the time while things are slowed down a little bit, maybe a little different than normal, take that time to really feel what's in your heart and to be able to share what's in your heart, to be able to share messages, and whether that is to a loved one, whether it's a group of friends, whether you have a message for a larger audience. Maybe you have a message that you've never even considered sharing, that you never considered stepping to a stage and sharing it. And all of a sudden, you found this message. Just like I found heartfelt messages by spending the time with somebody halfway around the world. We were able to connect. And to me, forever, for lifelong, we will be connected because we actually put this together. And I know that each time we touch somebody and touch their heart, that there is a ripple effect to that. So one of the things that I'm doing on a daily basis is I'm spending time now in my glass shop on most days. And when I'm over there, I'm listening to some music and I'm thinking about who is the person that I really need to connect with. And I kind of stop and listen and hear what my heart's telling me to do. The other day I was in the glass shop and I was working and I kind of just got this pain in the back part of my neck. And it reminded me of a dear friend that I have, a mentor, a coach, and I know that she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. I know she loves humanity. She loves people. And I know that she's hurting. She's hurting because people are hurting. So I picked up the phone and called her and told her that I loved her and that I cared for her and that I was there for her and that all she had to do, if she didn't have time to talk, was just send me a little text and say, hold space for me. And that meant that she needed somebody to have her back, to be thinking of her, to be holding that space for her. And it can be that simple. We have, although we're dealing with something that none of us have ever dealt with in our time, we also have an opportunity to make connections that we may never would have made if we weren't sitting in this time and space. And so I guess my challenge to each and every one of you is to take the time to send a text, to write a note, to send a card, to pick up the phone, to create maybe some group calls. A group of mine that we mastermind on every Sunday night, we've gone to doing it as a Zoom call on Sunday night. So we can stay connected, so we can be there for each other, so we can hear each other's challenges, so we can give them ideas and inspiration and just let them know that there's somebody there with them and somebody has their back. I believe that we can create a ripple with this group that Dawn has put together that will impact humanity forever. I really believe that we can create a ripple that'll affect time. And one day, we'll tell our grandkids, and our grandkids that are already here today will be able to express what they felt and what they saw, and then what good came out of this. So thank you all for your time, and I wish you all a beautiful, heartfelt message. Thank you.